I'm playing catch up today on doing videos for the monthly Pathwork Steps, Pathwork Lecture Study Guide newsletters. And one of the reasons is that during October and November, I featured a lecture on negativity, which was very involved. I made it a 2-month topic. We had 8 different modules, 2 different study guides on it. That's hard to condense into a video. During December 2020, we're doing Pathwork Lecture 225, which is the evolutionary levels of individual and group consciousness, also not easy to digest. But there was a deeper aspect to this, and I found it today during one of the meetings. There's a place where I don't think I'm very good at this. Not much flash, not much pizzazz. I don't feel that I construct my sentences very well ad-libbing, and I do not read scripts well. And if I read a script, I wonder why we're making a video. I should just read an audio to you or let you read the materials yourself. So I've never been quite sure what the attraction is, what the value is of video, even though I do like video sometimes, and then other times I prefer reading. So I want to honor the people who prefer to hear by video or audio, if you're listening in the background, to concepts rather than wading through written material. And yet I've always felt that I needed to add something more to it. Now, when we had the meeting today, we worked with the idea that positive intention can be sabotaged by negative intention. That may sound like 195, but it was actually brought up in 225 because the concept's the same in any lecture. And in the meetings that I hold, the meetings that I facilitate, I have dedicated myself to a what's on the plate today strategy, tactic. Basically, I would rather deal with what came up than try to steer someone towards to talk about a specific concept. For me, this is because all the concepts are in all the lectures, so it doesn't really matter what you try to process or what you say or do. I can relate it back to the material in that given lecture or mention other lectures that you might wish to follow up, to study or follow up. So rather than try to steer people towards a given thing, I just basically accept what's on the table, what's being presented. So today we discussed at one point the sabotaging of our visions. I'm giving you my summary, not the story that brought this up, but that we have visions and goals. That's the positive. I have a vision of what things should look like. I have a vision of what a video should look like. I know what kinds of videos entertain and delight me. And since I'm not personifying that video, I don't want to do it. I don't want to participate at the level I can. I have an ideal, I have a vision. And if I can't meet that ideal, I don't want to do it at all. I want to take my marbles and go home. This is perhaps why you can see this fits into Pathwork Lecture 225. There's individuation, there's my personal goals and ideals, and then there's group consciousness, what works for the group. And in this place, what I suddenly saw was that I don't like to do a mediocre job. I don't like doing that. But what is mediocre by my ideals, visions, standards, image may not be mediocre by somebody else's standards, someone else's visions, someone else's interest. So there's a balancing and back and forth balancing between individuation and group consciousness and individuation. If you're watching this on YouTube, you may notice I have 700 and some odd subscribers. I don't know why, but I want to respect that they bothered to click subscribe for whatever their reasons are and honor that subscription, whether they just put it in the bank for a while and look at them every couple of years or every month or however they do it. But I want to honor that people expressed an interest because that's my goal as a Pathwork helper. I want to honor the interest you have and feed the interest you have at whatever level you have it. So my goal was to do what I have the most fun doing, and I really do enjoy creating the study guides. I enjoy reading the lectures and studying and preparing for the study guides. I may read 10 lectures to find the one I want to present that week, rereading lectures so that I can pull material from one to another to exemplify. I enjoy leading groups. I enjoy doing sessions. I enjoy all of this work. And my goal, and I've expressed this, I like the comedy version. My goal is to create a smorgasbord. Well, let me rephrase that. My goal is that my vision, stumbling around here a little bit, my vision is that there's a smorgasbord, that there's a heavily laden table of things to partake of. I think I'm pretty good at a few things. It's like I'm good at salads and hors d'oeuvres, but I may not be good at main courses or desserts, or perhaps you get the idea. So with this concept of a smorgasbord, I want to put out as wide a variety as possible so that people can choose based on their level of interest without judging their interest. At the same time, I don't want to pretend I can do everything. My member of my family is a phenomenal cook, and I just adore eating what they create, no matter what it is. I love eating what they make. I am not a great cook. I'm a good cook, but I'm not great. So I don't ever try to copy those events. I don't try to copy those recipes because I wouldn't do them well. They take too much intention, they take too much care and consideration, and an ability to taste spices that I don't have. So I have the things I can do well, and I can partake of the things that they do well. And I can enjoy restaurants that do other things well. And so this is my vision for Pathwork. And when it comes to making the videos, this is not what I'm great at. So in the sense that people like to listen in the background or on their phones or whatever, I can try to present concepts. And this is how I'm presenting the concept of the dynamic, the evolution, the back and forth of group consciousness and individuation. I need to develop myself and my inner authority. I need to honor who I am. And then at some point, look at how that can benefit, how that can work with, how that can be a part of the group without giving up my individuation, to find out how I can participate, support, and receive the benefits of group consciousness. And then at some point may need to pull away and develop my individuation a bit more and go back and forth. So the guide, what I found in the lecture was there was 3 stages. One was the infant or initial individuation stage, and then a stage of group consciousness, but immature group consciousness, coming to group because you need it, want to manipulate it, want to get an advantage from it. And then an advanced state, which is group consciousness and individuation in a back and forth manner. So that kind of sums up the lecture. It's what I found today in the meeting, which is why I love doing the meetings, because I learn as much as I can possibly help others with. It's a wonderful contract. It's a wonderful synergy when I facilitate and participate in the groups and we focus on Pathwork, which is one of my passions, if not my primary passion. And then when I get it, I get a burst of it, then I'm eager to do the video. Then I want to do the video. But when it's a matter of, let me see, what can I list? What can I talk about? How can I move my hands and adjust my face to communicate? That's not fun for me. So don't know why I had no interest in doing a video on Pathwork Lecture 195 on negativity, even though it seems like the reason is it was so complicated. And it's difficult to bring negativity. And what I wanted to say is go read the study guides, go read the lectures. But on this one, I thought I could bring something. I could bring a place where I got something out of meeting with people and talking with them. I got something for myself. And I felt this back and forth between the group and I, without either one of us being diminished, both of us being augmented by the participation. So hoping that this video gives you a taste of what I found when I originally selected Pathwork Lecture 225 and what sang to my heart today during one of the meetings. So this is being done prior to the Christmas and New Year's. My best wishes to everybody for holiday season through a very challenging year. That it's hard to sometimes see the spiritual necessity for such a year, for such hardships. It's there, I believe that. I've tried to gather what I could about it, tried to be supportive as I can to groups and individuals and my family and extended acquaintances so that we can do it with joy, take a breath, wake up every morning with joy and expectation for doing a little bit better every day of our lives. So my best to you. And I would agree with people that I'm kind of glad 2020 is over, and perhaps in 2021, there will be a little bit more joy than challenge, which is nice for a while. And then we'll move back and forth because we need challenge in order to grow. So thanks for listening. Take care.